Hi, I'm Karen Pereira from Times of India. So nice to meet you.
Lovely meeting you too.
So, viewers, today we are with the creators of Iwaju, director Ziki, production designer Hamid, and Tolu. So great to meet you all. Loved Iwaju.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mostly because it was a fairy tale, but with a reality check. And you have the princess who gets kidnapped, but here the dragon saves her from the evil man.
Nice way to put it.
Yeah,
that's very creative. Yeah.
So tell me, what inspired Iwaju and why make a web series over a film?
Iwaju was inspired by Lagos, Nigeria. We always coined the phrase a love letter to Lagos, and that's what Iwaju represents. Everything from the world building to the characters is very much steeped in contemporary Lagos. And as for why we went for a series versus a movie, it's because the opportunity that we had discussed with Disney was for Disney Plus. You know, Disney Plus was relatively new at the time, and the opportunity that made sense for this collaboration was to create something for Disney Plus.
So speaking of this series, I want to know, since you first started and right up till the final product, were there things that changed? Was there any plot line or character changes or some things that you'll have to drop along the way?
I can hit from the beginning of the process. So the general creation of the process in this world, because it's a new world and I'm working with a very old company, a very established company, a very wise company, it affected a few of the changes when we went through, and also just the process of passing it from artists from all these different continents. All the ideas we let it open to influence the characters themselves as well. So that was really great. So the characters changed the way they looked in the beginning, and then every single artist iteration, every single time we're coming back to them, we would add something or remove something. The biggest one is probably Bode. From the original Bode 1.2 in the first pitch was really small, and Bode right now just matching his character internally is pretty much a giant.
Yeah, I think overall I would say that I wouldn't necessarily use the word change, but the word evolution. Both the story and the visuals just evolved as we moved from stage to stage.
When it is anything related to Africa, the only thing that comes to everyone's mind is Black Panther and Wakanda Forever. How do you think this series will now change the game, especially with portrayal of African characters?
I'll start it off, then I'll pass it to Tolu. So in terms of the comparison with Black Panther, it's a natural one, so we understand people. That's because they have not seen many things that portray the future of Africa. But this series stands in itself where everything that inspired this series is from a real place, Lagos, Nigeria, and the technology and everything is an evolution of that, or the evolution of the thoughts of how the people from that place would focus on the things they would like to focus on. So it's from that angle there, and I hope that comes through. And when people watch the show, they'll clearly see the difference between this and Black Panther. And hopefully the more things we make like this, people stop comparing. Because the only two examples I have right now when they come to sci-fi and black, it's probably Black Panther. Sci-fi Africa, probably Black Panther. So it's only two things, so it's easy to compare them. But if there are more things, it becomes a bit more varied and a little bit more nuanced in how you look at the things.
Yeah, I think I'll go with what Hamid said. The more people see different types of stories from Africa set in maybe the future, set in the past, in a fantasy setting, and so on, the more they would stop thinking of all the stories as being similar to just one specific story. I think it's because they don't really have anything else to compare it to. So when they want to describe it, they think, oh, it's like this, but that. And I think when you look at the work that comes out of Japan or out of the US, even when you say maybe a superhero story, you don't think every single superhero is like this one superhero because you've gotten used to seeing a range of them.
Well said. Thank you. So now that Tola is a Disney princess officially, we've seen just a few few Disney princesses of African descent. while some have been warmly received, there are others who haven't been shown as much love from the global audience. How do you hope Tola is embraced by this global, audience on the OTT space?
Well, Tola as a character, I think the very essence of her is to inspire. Certainly within the world of Iwaju, we often characterize the story as an aspirational young girl inspiring a group of jaded men. And I certainly hope that aspirational quality to her character and that inspiration that she provides expands beyond the world of Iwaju towards the audience that is watching it.
Superheroes, since Disney Marvel is in its multiverse saga, and this is a superhuman story of sorts. If Iwaju could cross over into another superhero film, which one would you like to see her in?
I think we'll have different answers on that one. Me personally, let me see which one I'd like to see them inside. I'd love to see Iron Man, just because I like to see interaction between Odin and Iron Man's tech and all that. That would be absolutely amazing. And I'd like to see a fight. That'd be an amazing fight.
If I had to pick an answer, I would say that if I were to go in this direction, then we'd be creating a wholly new African multiverse kind of thing. So rather than adding it to any existing pantheon, it would be a new pantheon in its own right.
Hey,
I would go with the same thing Ziki said.
You just told that right now. That was an excellent one.
That's my time. And thank you so very much. If there are any Easter eggs you would want all the audience to watch out for in this series?
I would say okay, actually, for the wider audience, why don't you take that?
Oh, well, I think these masks, the Kugali masks, I think they show up maybe once or twice in the series. But really, Easter eggs, most of the Easter eggs are things that Nigerians and Lagosians would catch, because they would see things that they see every day in Lagos. In fact, Otin herself is an Easter egg, because we have agama lizards all over the place in Lagos. So the fact that we made the robot pet to be an agama lizard, that in itself is an Easter egg.
So very much. It was so lovely speaking with you, and can't wait for the world to watch Iwaju.
Thank you
you
very much.
Cheers.
Thank
Thank you.